I'm Houston. Hope you're doing well, and welcome back to another video. You might be thinking, what the hell happened to this guy? Is this a different person? But no, it's not. The hair has been in the works for a while. Yeah, I just like bleached the whole entire thing and like toned it platinum. Still a little bit of brass in there, but it's whatever. And you might ask, why? Why not? Live a little. As for what happened to the beard, I grew it out for November and it was just getting a little out of hand, and I've never had a mustache before. And yeah, this is basically the result of that. So I know it's like a red mustache. The only part of my beard that's red or like auburn is my stash. It's kind of pathetic, but hey, a mustache is a mustache, right? Kind of switching up the whole entire look for no reason at all. I just want to start out this video by saying thank you so much for over 2,000 views on the last video. I don't know what happened with the algorithm or like how it got picked up, but wow, that I never imagined that it would get so many views, and I don't even know why. Like I'm just talking about the normal stuff that I always talk about, and I've never been somebody that asks for likes or subs. But yeah, I mean, if you enjoy the content, I make pretty much the same type of videos as that one all the time. I'm just talking about life and how I can help myself and maybe help you or provide some sort of advice, or I don't know everything, but I think that I know a couple things and I'm still learning. So I'd love to share that learning process with other people, which is the whole reason why I started making videos. With that being said, again, thank you so much. I appreciate it, but let's get into the game. No more double XP. I'm kind of sad about that because I was really hoping that I'd at least be able to get SMGs done, but I got about half of the Rival 9 left, and then I have the Striker, I think is the last one, so it's fine. I would have liked to get the battle rifles done as well. Again, it is what it is. Had a busy weekend. Had a going away party for a friend who's moving back to the East Coast, and then yesterday, Sunday, was the Seattle Marathon. I did better than I expected, and somehow my other knee is more sore than the knee that I was worried about. So it's like, did I just run through the problem and did it fix itself? The human body is amazing, so I have no idea what happened or how, but yeah, that's pretty much the state that I'm in now. I'm just pretty much at a normal soreness level for finishing a race. I really want this calling card, and now I know what an Aether Storm is, so I've been grinding the hell out of zombies. This would be tough to do unless I actually get like decent weapons. I don't know what it is about zombies, but getting the weapon that I want to level up and then maybe buying a random weapon that I also need to level off the wall and just using those throughout the deployment has just been really fun for me, because I can only play so much multiplayer some days where the skill-based matchmaking kicks in, and I'm like, okay, I don't feel like sweating against all these insane people that are just snaking in pubs and jumping around every corner and playing like fucking psychos. Whoa, aim feels decent right now. It is funny because with this being what seems like the easiest camo grind, it's definitely taking me a long time to do. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm now living with my girlfriend and there's just a lot of other things to do at the moment. So it's not all just like sitting inside and playing video games when I get off work and when I'm done working out, which is fine. Obviously, there's more to life than playing video games, especially when playing video games isn't my job. Holy aim. Yo, my aim's feeling good today. And with me definitely wanting to get Borealis, there's gonna be a lot of time to play this game and to make videos. And that's kind of the silver lining in all this that I'm thinking of, because if I can't get this really fast, then that just means that I have to make more videos on it, and I'm totally fine with doing that because I'm enjoying this game. Why am I trying to challenge that with an SMG? Game sense off the charts. So when it comes to the marathon, I told myself, okay, I'm gonna do like a 9:30, like 10-minute pace per mile, because you know my knee is just, it was just not really feeling that good. It felt better than it had before, but there's just like a looming sense of injuring yourself even more than you already are or already think you are. People play like cowards on this map. It's not the same as it used to be, which is unfortunate because this is like one of my favorite maps in the game. So I start the marathon, right? And it was so cool because I ran down the street we started on, and all these streets in downtown Seattle are closed. And it really just had that feeling of a city marathon, which is, or at least it matched up with my idea of one. We ran through the city a little bit, and so many people cheering, by the way. I mean, I think there were 6,000 runners is what the announcer said. So between the full marathon and the half marathon, it's just amazing to hear all these people cheering. I mean, really for everyone. And not to sound all woo woo or anything like that, but there's definitely an energy to that sort of thing where everybody is sort of like feeding off each other in that sort of situation. So we're running through downtown, and then we turn onto the express lanes, which in Seattle, there are separate highway lanes between the north and southbound lanes of I-5. And those lanes are closed for the race. So all the runners, like the thousands of people running, run down the highway with cars on the other side of the K-rails on each side going north and south. And it's just, dude, it's such a cool experience because, I mean, when else are you going to get the chance to run down the highway, right? And then we like circled around and we ran through the UW, the University of Washington campus. Then we looped around into like the Montlake area. I'm saying all these names like you're familiar with Seattle. Then we ran all the way up Aurora, and dude, this hill was gnarly. I saw like 3 people throwing up. I told myself that I was, whoa, that was a crazy mantle. I told myself that I was going to walk. I was going to sort of like walk run up the hill to conserve my energy. And somehow, I don't know what happened. And this is around like mile 14 and a half. This is that big hill that I was talking about on my last video where it has the lowest point to the highest point. So I'm running up this whole entire thing and I feel fucking great. I start going down the hill on the other side. And then you have to head towards this area called Green Lake. And it's this lake with a park around it. And you run around Green Lake twice. And then you loop back and you go back up Aurora. And then back down into the city. And that stretch, when you start going back up Aurora, that's probably like mile 19 or 20 to the end of the race. I have no idea what happened because I think me pounding it going up Aurora the first way and then down to Green Lake, it just exhausted me because when I was going around Green Lake for those like 2 or 3 miles, I was like walk running. I was like, okay, I'm going to run a mile, walk for a minute, run a mile, walk for a minute. Okay, you're going a little bit harder than you told yourself you were going to go, and don't injure yourself because then it's just going to prolong your knee issue and it just won't be good. So yeah, I was like, okay, I'm going to run a mile like at a super slow pace. I think I was going at like 9:30. And then I just walked for a minute and I did it like directly off my watch so I could sort of like just stay focused on these things. So run a mile, walk a minute, run a mile, walk a minute. And I did that for those 3 miles. And then I don't know what happened, but around like mile 20, I felt so good. From the base of the hill going back, I ran all the way up Aurora and I took it all the way back down to like for those last 6 miles. I was going from a 7:30 to an 8:30 pace, which, you know, it's not insanely fast, but that's like a really good pace for having felt like I was defeated. So I hit like 21 miles and then I'm thinking to myself, kind of like honestly whispering it under my breath, okay, I only have to do like 10K. And then I hit 23 miles and I was like, okay, it's just a 5K, like 3 more miles. It's easy. I got this. So I just stay on that pace and I'm going. All these people that I saw pass me around like mile 18, like when I was going around Green Lake, I start passing them and passing other people. And I was like, dude, I felt so good. And I have no idea. That's never happened to me. So this was like my 3rd race. That's the feeling I'm chasing. I want to be able to run that way for all 26 miles. My first 2 races, I kind of bonked, like I hit a wall around like mile 19. Kind of the same way that I did on this 3rd one. Again, I don't know what happened because honestly, my training was kind of lacking for this one as well because my volume dipped so much from my knee issue. My keyboard is unplugged. Yami is laying here and now he's biting my hand. I need to figure out a way to make this cord longer. So yeah, I crossed the finish line and I just felt so good. Obviously the soreness set in after that. I mean, I'm still sore right now. If you run a marathon and you're not sore, I think you're definitely a freak. I'm sure there are people out there though, they probably just run the next day. Just no recovery time. Monsters. So I got a 3:56, which is my slowest time. Obviously not a PR, but I expected to get like 4.5 hours. So that was a win for me, especially considering, again, the state that I was in. It's crazy. You set those limits on yourself, and obviously you should have expectations, and you shouldn't overtrain to hurt yourself. You should pay attention to your body. But it's just amazing how you can exceed your own expectations. This is kind of like a dying simulator. I'm not really doing that well. I want it so bad. I want it so bad. The next plan is to start training for a 50K. And I think at the same time that I train for something like that, I can train for lowering my marathon time. I'm going to no-scope this guy. Damn it. I would love to eventually get a sub 3-hour marathon. The goal is to do something a little more incremental, of course. So I think the next step would probably be a sub 3:30. I think that if I train hard enough, I train the right ways, then I can probably do better than that. My current record is 3:43. So obviously it'll take quite a bit of practice to lower that by 13 minutes, and then especially lower it by 43 minutes, which is just, that would be insane. But I do think it's possible. Like I understand what it takes to be able to do that. And I understand that it's going to take a tremendous amount of training, a tremendous amount of volume added on to my training. I think what would probably help me is writing everything down and creating like an actual plan for myself. Everything from running to weightlifting to conditioning of my ankles and my hips and my knees. So like mobility. And I've got a pretty good mobility routine right now. I think that the only thing that will make it better is focusing on, again, more volume. So making sure that I stay consistent with doing it every single day, and even sometimes twice a day, making sure that no workout is done without doing mobility afterward. I had a pretty good Thanksgiving. Hope you did as well if you celebrate. One thing I gotta say is that, you know, I used to be a pumpkin pie over any pie kind of guy, and I still love pumpkin pie, trust me, but I think I'm more on the sweet potato pie game now. It's just so delicious. I think that a lot of that has to do with the fact that I eat so many sweet potatoes in general. So it's probably like adding to that. It's just, my body is used to that palette of flavors.
Loki, turn your shit off.
Rundown again?
Oh.
What am I, just making videos on Rundown? The map that I specifically said I don't really like. Actually, you know what? I'm going to back out of this game. It's crazy what you can do. You can, if you don't like a game or a map, you can just back out. It's easy. I saw this tweet where somebody did the infinite ammo glitch with the grenade launcher, and they posted the video and they said, how quickly would you back out? Dude, I wouldn't even have to die from that. If I heard a grenade launcher going off and I looked at the kill feed and one dude was killing our whole team just over and over and over again, I don't even have to die. I'm gone. I'm out of there. It's not worth it. You can't be overly invested in a Call of Duty lobby. It's just not something to do. Speaking of being overly invested in COD though, I know I am playing this and I definitely want to get these camos, but during the Steam Thanksgiving sale, I got Blasphemous 1 and 2, and I also got Hades. Ever since playing Ori and the Blind Forest and one other side-scroller game that apparently I didn't really care for it that much because I can't remember the name of it. Those games have unlocked this like Metroidvania love, side-scroller, platformer, gamer brain inside me. I've never even played Metroid though. Sorry. I'm sorry. So Blasphemous 1 and 2, they're like this gothic Spanish side-scroller type, difficult, you know, like Souls type game. I'm always down. I'm always down for anything that's difficult. I just, you know, Souls like, sure, why not? They're all the same, right? So basically the single player games might return. It really just depends on how tired I get of Call of Duty. I definitely want to get this edited and uploaded, and I want to stream today. So, I mean, I might even be streaming right now. You never know. You can check the description. Again, thank you so much for all the love on the last video. It seriously means a lot. It was just mind-blowing watching those numbers, and I try not to watch the numbers that much, but sometimes it's just, you know, it feels good. You know, it's all that dopamine rushing into my brain. I hope you like this video, and I hope that you have a fantastic week. Go sign up or do something difficult, something that is out of your comfort zone. I swear it'll help you. It'll change your life or put you on a trajectory to change your life. So yeah, whatever you're doing, keep it moving, and I'll see you on the next one.